I'm going to share a quick sequence for today's solar eclipse, which is a sun salutation followed by a moon salutation and then back to a sun salutation. So the idea of this is to reflect the movements of the moon and the sun, to honor both the sun and the moon, to honor the balance between light and dark, between the yin and yang energies, and to embody that in our body and mind. So I'm going to start off with a kneeling sun salutation, work my way up, work through the flow, and then bring it back down to bring in that balance. So let's start off kneeling at the back of our mats and focus in on our breath. We'll work with our breath throughout the practice. When we slow down our breath, we're stimulating our parasympathetic nervous system, bringing ourselves out of fight or flight and into rest and digest. So as we inhale, let's lift up, send our hands all the way up to the sky, looking up, and exhale, coming all the way down into child's pose, stretching your hands out in front of you, bringing your forehead down towards the mat. As we inhale, sliding forward through our tabletop, bringing the hips forward into our back bend, opening up the chest, looking up to the sky. Exhale, send our bottom back towards our heels, come back down into our child's pose. Inhale, take a big breath in, sending your hands all the way back up to the sky, looking up. And exhale, sit back onto your heels, bring your hands back to heart center. So we're going to build it up this time into our downward dog. So inhale, lifting up onto your knees, sending your hands up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, coming all the way down to child's pose. Inhale, lifting up through tabletop, sliding your hips forward into your back bend. Exhale, bringing the bottom back. This time, tuck the toes under, send your bottom up to the sky, and come into your downward dog. So we're going to pedal out the feet here, bend one knee, send the opposite heel down to the mat, stretching down the backs of both legs. And then we'll find some stillness. So send both heels down towards the mat. You can keep a micro bend in your knees if that feels better for you. See if you can press your chest towards your thighs, taking a big breath in here and a big breath out. On the next inhale, we'll walk the feet forward to meet our hands at the front of the mat and coming forward into a forward fold. Just let your head hang loose and let your arms hang loose and take a couple of breaths here. On the next inhale, we'll roll ourselves all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to standing. So roll your shoulder blades down your spine and come to your mountain pose at the front of the mat. We'll work through our standing sun salutation now. So inhale, send your hands all the way up to the sky, coming into a small back bend, looking up. Then as we exhale, folding forward at the hips, send your hands all the way down to the mat. Head hanging nice and loose. Inhale, halfway lift, so nice flat back, hands on your shins. Exhale, plant the hands down either side of the feet and send your right foot back to the back of the mat. Send your right knee down to the mat and open the chest up, looking up to the sky. As we exhale, lift that right knee back up off the mat and send your left foot back, coming into your plank pose. And then coming down through our chaturanga, keeping your elbows tucked into your side, rocking forwards and lifting up into your upward facing dog. Exhale, rounding over the toes, send your bottom up to the sky, coming to your downward dog. Take a big breath in here and a big breath out. On the next inhale, bring your right foot forward in between your hands, send your left knee down to the mat and open up the chest, looking up to the sky. Exhale, lift that left knee back up again, bringing that foot forward in between the hands and folding forward into your forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, send your hands up to the sky, looking up, slight back bend at the top here. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Okay, facing the side of your mat now, we'll work through our moon salutations. So as we inhale, lifting your hands all the way up to the sky, looking up, reaching up as high as you can. And then as you exhale, grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand and tilt over to the left hand side, stretching all the way down the right hand side of your body. Inhale, come back up to the center, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and tilt over to the right hand side. So tilting, stretching all the way down the left hand side of your body now. Inhale, stretching back up to the center, stretching up to the sky. As we exhale, bring the left foot out into a wide-legged stance and sink down into your goddess squat. So hold here for a couple of breaths. On the next inhale, we'll straighten the front both legs and take our hands out to the horizontal. Let's twist around to look over our right foot, tilting forward at the hips. Send your right hand out in front of you. And then as you exhale, send that right hand down towards the right foot. So we're coming into triangle pose. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, bring the left hand down to meet that foot as well. Plant both hands either side of the right foot and bring the left knee down onto the mat, opening up the chest and send your hands up towards the sky, looking up. As we exhale, bring both hands down and plant them on the inside of the right foot, twisting around to face the side of the mat, stretching the left leg out nice and straight. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. And on the exhale, sliding yourself over to the left-hand side of your mat. So stretching out the right foot this time. Inhale, lifting your hands up to heart center. Exhale. On the next inhale, let's place the hands down on the short edge of the mat, twisting around to look over your left knee. So now your right knee is down on the mat, opening up the chest. Send your hands up to the sky, looking up. And exhale, bring the hands back down. Plant them either side of that left foot. Lift the right knee up off the mat and let's straighten out that left leg. So we're folded over the left leg now. Breathing here, take a big breath in and a big breath out. On the next inhale, let's lift your right hand all the way up to the sky. So we're coming into our triangle pose. Take a big breath out. Inhale, coming up to standing, arms to the horizontal, and as we exhale, sink down into your goddess squat. So take a big breath in here and a big breath out. On the next inhale, standing up to the back of the mat, stretching your hands all the way up to the sky, looking up. Inhale, as we exhale, grab hold of the right wrist with your left hand and tilting over to the left hand side, stretching all the way down the right hand side of your body. Inhale, looking back up to the sky, stretching up as high as you can. Exhale, grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and tilt over to the right hand side, stretching all the way down the left hand side of your body. Inhale, stretching back up now. And then as we exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. And that is one moon salutation. We'll do that whole flow back the other way and bring ourselves back down to the mat. So inhale, send your hands up to the sky, looking up, looking up. As we exhale, grab hold of the right wrist with the left hand and tilt over to the left hand side. Nice big stretch all the way down the right hand side of the body. Inhale, come back up to center, stretching up to the sky. Exhale, grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and tilt over to the right hand side. So nice big stretch all the way down the left hand side of your body. Inhale, stretching back up to the sky. Exhale, send that right foot out to a wide-legged stance and sink down into your goddess squat. So hold here. Inhale and a big exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten your arms out to the horizontal. Let's twist around to look over the left foot, pointing that left foot to the short end of the mat. Tilting forward, send your left hand out as far as you can, and then exhale, send that left hand down towards the mat. The right hand goes up to the sky. Breathing here, take a big breath in And as we breathe out, send that right hand down, plant it either side of the left foot, and bring your right knee down onto the mat, opening up the chest, and send your arms up towards the sky, looking up. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, bring both hands down, plant them on the inside of the left foot, twisting around to the long edge of the mat, stretching your right leg out to the right hand side, bringing your hands up to heart center. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, let's switch over to the right hand side. So now we're stretching the left leg out nice and straight. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. On the next exhale, twisting around to look over your right knee. Bring your left knee down to the mat, lifting the chest up. Send your hands all the way up to the sky, looking up. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the hands back down, plant them either side of that right foot, lifting the left knee up off the mat, straightening your right leg so you're folded over that right leg. As we inhale, let's lift the left arm up towards the sky, looking up. We're in triangle pose. Take a big breath out. On the next inhale, coming up to standing, arms to horizontal, and then exhale, sinking down into our goddess squat. So big breath in here, and a big breath out. On the inhale, standing up to the front of the mat, coming up nice and tall, sending your hands all the way up to the sky, looking up. Inhaling here. As we exhale, grab hold of the right wrist with your left hand, tilt over to the left, nice big stretch all the way down the right hand side of your body. Inhale, come back up to the center, stretching up, looking up to the sky. Exhale, grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and tilt over to the right hand side. Nice big stretch all the way down the left hand side of your body. Inhale, come back to the center, send your hands up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. So that's our moon salutations. We'll turn back around to face the front of the mat and back through a sun salutation, back down onto our knees. So inhale, send your hands up to the sky, looking up, coming into a small back bend. Exhale, folding all the way forward at the hips, coming into your forward fold. As we inhale, come to your halfway lift, nice flat back, hands to your shins. Exhale, plant the hands down, send your left foot back this time into your high lunge. Left knee comes down onto the mat, opening up the chest, looking up to the sky. Exhale, lift that left knee back up off the mat and send your right foot back into plank. From here, work your way down through your chaturanga, coming into your upward facing dog. Taking a breath here. And on the exhale, rolling over the toes, send your bottom up to the ceiling, come back to your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. On the next inhale, we'll bring the left foot forward in between our hands and open up the chest, looking up. Exhale, bring that right foot forward, come to a forward fold at the front of your mat, folding, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, come all the way up, send your hands up to the sky, look up, come into a small back bend, and then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. This time we're just going to work our way back down onto the mat. So inhale, send your hands up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, folding all the way forward. Inhale, lifting into halfway lift, so nice flat back. Hands to your shins. Exhale, plant the hands down and send both of your feet back into plank. Coming down through your chaturanga into your upward facing dog. And then rolling over your toes, sending your bottom up to the sky. Come back to your last downward dog of the sequence. From here, place your knees down on the mat. Send your bottom back to your heels. Come back down into your child's pose. One last time. Inhale, lifting up. Send your hands up to the ceiling, looking up to the sky. And exhale, sit back onto your heels. Bring your hands back to heart center. And that's us back to the start. So, coming back to your easy seat just to finish off with. Focusing back in on your breath. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking the time to practice today, and I thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.